going on, Shy?
Nothing. Nothing. Um, you know, uh, I was just thinking how I need to do more so I have stuff to talk about.
Ooh, okay.
Um, but I don't think I will. So, like maybe I'm just not built to talk forever.
You think? Yeah, you think we have a finite amount of
Yeah,
words as
I
people?
think I not necessarily amount of words, but just like demanding that people hear them.
Okay,
You
that's
know what I
fair.
mean? I wonder if that's something of just like, yeah, no, you go ahead and speak now. Um y'all go ahead and speak and let's see what it is that you're saying. Like,
Okay.
do you just kind of make a transition into becoming like a reply guy, or just like I strictly live in the comments, or I only lurk? Um
That's beautiful.
is it?
I think
Well,
I love this idea. I've always wondered this because I've thought a lot about this because I've always considered the people that are main speakers. I
mhm.
think too many people have jumped. Like I think we should all start as commenters and become a speaker.
I don't know. I don't think that's the answer. Cuz I think that's where we are now, and everything is kind of terrible. With everybody's comments, not everyone's built to receive these comments. Lots of,
True.
and I don't know if anyone's really built to give the comments, because the comments will tell on you. Here's the thing. I've been thinking about um uh how perhaps the younger people are kind of, they don't trust um the internet, right? They don't trust social media. Um and how I think we're on the cusp of just like a moment of like, yeah, I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, folks are looking up their iPods. They're
Yeah.
trying to find their iPod so they can listen to music that they have and not that they're borrowing. Um and I, people are pulling back from a lot of online stuff. And and I get that, because it's been around long enough that there's a generation that where that's all they know,
Hmm.
or most of what they know, and they don't trust it, which is correct for what the age that they're coming in at. They should not be trusting stuff.
Agreed.
Um so then it's just like, okay, so maybe, is it time to stop? Is it time to stop? And I feel like yes, because I'm not getting, because they've messed up social media in such a way that it's just always the back pages of, it's like the want ads. It's like the ads in the back pages of like a newspaper, or a weekly or something, but not as good,
Right.
you know? Not interesting. And that's not, I didn't want to see nothing but ads, but that feels like where we are. It's just nothing but ads. I'm not seeing people I know at all. And so it's just like, okay, so maybe it's time to go back to a life of, you know, um, you enjoy your stuff, you don't have to broadcast it.
Mm.
Um, we're reading, we're tactile, we're touching things, we're
Yeah.
listening to a thing, and then that's great. Uh, but then what? But then, so I'm like, oh wow, so what? I'm just supposed to read these books I bought?
Yeah.
That's insane. Who am I going to tell? Who am I going to tell?
What
I
would
gotta
yeah,
tell somebody. You know what I mean? Like that kind of mindset of just like, but I gotta tell. Um, and it's just like how to come back around to no, you don't. Because I think that's something that's gonna hit um uh older people harder than folks realize. Not even older in my age, like millennials
Yeah.
who are in their 40s, like kicking in the door of 40, right?
Yeah. What's up?
Yes. So now they will have, how will they adjust? How will they adjust? And we've spent so much time, it feels like, paying attention to millennials, um, because it's such a nice, it's a nice little, it's right around it's the turn of the century. We got
Yeah.
to see how the turn of the century people are doing. Um, and what happens when they're not doing so great? Like, what happens, what happens if they're unable to, like, make the pivot? And there are lots of people who are unable to, that's as, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm just like, what if we all just kind of shut up for a second?
Mm.
What happens then? Anywho, this is all things, these were things that I thought when I was waiting for a movie to start. So
This
who
is
knows? It's a lot, and then it's also nothing at all. It's just gobbledygook in my head. And I don't know if it's, an inviting way to start a podcast of all
no, no,
things.
no. I love
Of
this.
like, no, shut up. Maybe we should shut up. Listen to us 2 episodes a week. Like, I understand. I see the disconnect.
Yeah, okay.
I get it.
There's a lot here. First, I find this topic interesting in a lot of ways. I equally so like as a person who heard that, and I'm the first person to hear that.
Yeah, you sure are.
Right? There's also your friend is like, "Are you okay?" How long have you been alone this week?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I just went to I went to see the full Kill Bill.
Oh, rock on.
That came out, the whole bloody affair or whatever it's called. It's parts 1 and 2 meshed together the way Quentin wanted.
Yeah, so see, like that's what I was gonna get at. Like, I feel like you constantly do cool shit to talk about. That is a cool thing. You just said you had nothing to talk about as a thing.
Is it? Or did I just go see a movie? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but that's the life. That's the experience. You did a thing that interests you to go see.
Right. Yes. But, it's like, yeah, okay. I went to see a movie. I went to see Kill Bill, the whole thing. Didn't see the second one. That's I hadn't seen the second one before this. And what'd you think? Well, it was Kill Bill. You know what I mean? But I think there's just like, now that I've seen Kill Bill, my phone, all the apps are just going to be like, well, did you want a t-shirt? Do you want a pair of yellow ASIC tigers? Did you want that? Here's another thing that Uma's doing. Here's more stuff about, and I'm like, no. I just kind of wanted to see Kill Bill. And I don't know. I wonder, yeah, like, do we shut up a little bit? Just a little bit. But that, I don't know how much of that is this a time to really shut up? And by shut up, I mean, like, hush. Or should we be, like, actually trying to reach out to people in a way that's not online?
That's kind of where I'm at. I don't think shut up is the answer. I think we need to get more to one-on-one combos or direct combo. Like, we're adding a filter for some reason with social. I think your instinct is right in the sense that I don't necessarily know if we're talking too much, but we're talking to too many at the same time.
Okay.
That are like one-on-one combos.
Okay.
I find that weird as a whole.
5 years of a horror report, by the way, everyone.
Real talk, we here.
We here.
And like, but even with even I think we're in like, we do a very niche thing here. That's like for a very small community of fans. That like, I think we've sometimes, to our fans' frustrations and the listeners, I appreciate y'all. I know y'all want more from us, but I think it would be inauthentic of us to do the things that certain other pods do. It would feel like I'm leaning towards that.
Right.
Like, the thing that we're doing, it works because we do the amount that feels real.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, like I'm constantly measuring that with everything that I'm doing as a comic because I
Mhm.
don't want to tip over. With the caveat that I'm also constantly like, why is that guy famous? So I know the dichotomy and like the hypocrisy of the two.
Oh, wow. You know what? I have I don't know if it's aged out of why is that guy famous?
Yeah,
Or what, but, like, I am now just like, "Well, I mean, I guess good for them." And if I actually am happy for them, I'm like, "Oh, good for them."
yeah.
But if I'm confused, I'm like, "Alright, well, I guess we'll see how this plays out." Um
I can't go that far only because even when I'm not even when I'm a fan, I'm happy. When
Mhm.
I'm not a fan, I don't even care if it's me. It's like I know someone that should be famous.
Oh, sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like I'm still like, nah, that person shouldn't have it. Um I got 3 other dope, hardworking friends
Mhm.
that should have had that. Then there's also the concern of humanity. Like, you know, I have kids and I want to know,
Right.
are we going in the right direction in terms of how we're communicating with each other?
Yeah.
This is this also we're constantly being asked to do a new thing. There's never reduction in social medias. There's always a
Right.
new
There's
social.
always things are always switching in a way where not like in annoying kind of, "Oh, now I gotta," but just like, "Well, why?" N Not that I'm scared of change.
Right.
I mean, I'd rather not, but if we gotta, we gotta, right?
Yeah.
Um, but it does feel like it's asking a little bit more from each time. It's trying to extract another pound of flesh.
Real talk.
And I'm not
I
for what?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like I've been recently toying with for example, this came up because I was toying with the idea of starting a Substack.
Okay.
And right when I was going through it, I was reading into it. I was like, I see the perks, I see the benefits. I could see a thing that I'd be able to write about consistently. And then they added a feature that essentially makes their own version of Twitter and Threads on
Mhm.
Substack. So I'm like, now I gotta tweet a third time. Like I'm still not tweeting well on X. I'm
Right.
barely on Threads. Now I gotta tweet on the thing that I haven't even started yet.
Yeah.
You know, so
And you know what? The thing is you don't.
right, and
And
that's what I'm trying to like emotionally. I don't have that in me. I'm
Mhm.
trying to tell myself I don't. But it's also in a weird spot because like it's keeping me from doing a thing that I might have enjoyed just because I know I won't be as present in the way that that platform might need me to.
But that platform doesn't need you. Like, here's the thing. I think because, and I'm sure you did as well, got started in a simpler version of the internet.
Hmm.
Um, I have a Substack. I don't update. I have an idea for an update that I meant to do literally this time last year about Spotify Wrapped, about my
Okay.
last year's Spotify Wrapped. And then this year's Spotify Wrapped came up, and I was like, all right, but I never wrote about my last year's Spotify Wrapped, and I'm actually more emotionally invested in that than I am in this year's. So I'm
Mm,
just going to write about last year's.
dope.
I'm still gonna do it. It's a year later. It doesn't matter who's even watching. And I feel like you can still I try to be as good at with this as possible. Give as much as you're able to give on any of these apps. That's why I'm not on TikTok. I don't understand it, and I don't think I want to put the time necessary into understanding it.
Right.
So if that one passes me by in some way, which it probably has by now, that's fine because I'm not, you know, I know that that's the way of the future, and I kind of was just like, well, maybe I don't, maybe maybe the future ain't for me. Maybe I'm just gonna ride another. Is that the only train into the future? I bet there's something else. And
Yeah.
I mean, if memory serves me correctly, another train will start up at some point, and we'll have to get off of the TikTok train and get on the other one. Let's see if that one is closer to how I move.
Yeah.
So I barely post on Threads. I like IG enough, although I wish it would go back to just being about photographs, which is
Right.
what I wanted in the first place, what I liked about it in the first place. But Threads is chaotic, and also uh, no one seems to be able to like take a joke over there
Right.
in the way that they did at Twitter. So yes, I'm absolutely on a sinking ship that's on fire, and probably going to explode at some point. And there's a plane getting ready to crash, and I can see it, and it's coming directly for us on the Twitter boat. And I still it worked well with what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, that's fine. It has its own magic. It does whatever it does. I otherwise I don't know, I feel like you kind of move or whatever, but I wouldn't when it comes to Substack. I saw that stuff too of like, now you can blah blah blah, and I'm like, I'm barely writing posts. You want me to
Yeah.
do that? I'm not going to be able to do that. I will do what I can do on this thing because I see it has some sort of value that outlasted the other ones. Remember Tiny Letter?
Right.
See what I mean? Like, there were other versions. And
Yeah.
there's one that will stand above because for whatever reason. So this is like this version of blogging. And I feel like I'm seeing a lot of people I'm seeing people join Substack, right? And they are for sure like, all right, this is a way for me to monetize, blah 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 blah. But I'm also seeing that's over the past couple of years. But recently I'm seeing people join and talk and write on it in a much more old school bloggy way
Mm.
than um in like a uh okay, I definitely like here are some personal things, but I got to monetize this thing. I'm seeing people be a little bit more personal than I was seeing before, when it felt like it's the only place that journalists could go after they had lost their jobs.
Right.
And so which is how I wanted to use it to begin with. I don't know. It's just like trying to figure out, because it's all burning. Everything is burning. So just trying to figure out what corner you want to be in on which burning thing is kind of where I am right now. And I'm wondering, is it worth it to even pick a corner? But I feel like a little bit, you want some place to still have a corner where you can
Yeah.
do whatever, because you got to still talk to people,
Right.
right? I think. Yeah.
I
And I
think.
mean
Yeah.
the young people, I think they're already forced to talk to each other anyway when they go to school. So um I think it will hopefully it'll come a little bit more natural to them to talk to folks. Or that might be a big switch because everyone's on their phone. But I feel like the generation that's just like, these phones are fucking ridiculous. I see my mother's eyes like twice a day. You know what I mean? Like kids who are seeing their parents just like only the top of their head. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sure they're like, fuck this, I'm going outside.
Straight up.
So I don't know. Who no, this is just a lady who lives with her cat and goes to see a movie every once in a while, watches a lot of Law and Order, and then has her phone in her hand, and she's just like, why? Why are you with me? I don't know about the future. I don't know about the Ute. That's what I turn to you for.
To be clear, I'm not the you. I just have you.
Fine. Yeah. Well, we can. Yeah, grandfather in the youth, wherever you get them from.
Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I shocked a couple of comics. There's a lot of comics that think I'm young until like they ask how old my kids are.
Okay.
They were like we would talk. I forgot who I was congratulating yesterday that like they mentioned they were engaged. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And they said, yeah, we're really excited. We're hoping to have kids or something next year. I was like, dope. And they're like, you got kids, right? I was like, yeah, I got two. And I said, like, yeah, they're 15 and 16. They're like 15 and 16. Like, would you have your kids? And like the whole green room just pivoted to interviewing me. They're like, how old are you? Like, I'm like, I'm 42, homie. Like, you 42? I'm like, yeah. I like I shaved today, so you can't tell, but like
Right, sure.
my hair grows in. I look very stressed. You know, you can see all the grays and the tension and how
All of
I'm not
that.
gonna pay this. It all
Yeah.
comes out in my hair. But yeah, and like in that convo, they became kids.
Sure.
Like they're like, and listening to the questions, like, oh, you guys are real young. This is adorable, you know. And like you hear the questions and like the innocence, and it was cool. And I came home, you know, I talked to my kids. They definitely I definitely think there's a pivot away from it, from the tech.
Right.
I've noticed my son, in particular, the tech that he's into is always like retro stuff.
Yes.
That like I mentioned before, he's really into Earthbound and Mother, which are games that are like my age.
Okay.
And he's not into a lot of the modern stuff anymore. I tried it, like he's like anything that's like really streaming or anything like that, it's really just like a place for people to yell at each other. Um, so he's like, I'm not really into that. My daughter, she's in school for visual arts.
Right.
And she's like, I'm learning the computer stuff because I got to be employed.
Sure.
But I like doing stuff with paint and markers and pencils.
Right.
Anyone got a plug on alcoholic markers? Let me know. I got to buy a ton of those for Christmas
I'm
this
sorry,
year.
what?
Alcoholic markers. They're
Is
like
that the name brand?
no. There's like there's like a ton of brands, like Hoo or something like that was one of them. But yeah, she has water-based markers.
Okay. All
And now she
right.
needs alcoholic-based markers. So that's my agenda. And then she sent me like I think Hoo she said was like an affordable brand.
Gotcha. I see.
And
I see.
it was still like $200 for like markers. So I was like, that's wow. She's like, yeah, marker
Okay.
game is crazy. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, yeah.
Marker game is crazy. I actually had a discussion with Dulce about it because she's um a crafty person, so she has all these craft things, and she's showing me her markers because I I draw things, nothing that anyone ever sees. I draw things with crayons and color them in.
That's awesome.
So and she's like, "Oh, you got to use these marker blah blah," and I'm like, "I'm a crayon person. I like seeing. I like the stroke
Yeah.
marks of a crayon." But
That's just dope.
yes, I am now looking at Ohuhu markers. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a big fan of the way that it like she said it has to do with something of her painting and art style, that like the water-based stuff, that when she uses it, she likes to make her certain parts of her paintings thicker and darker. But with
Okay.
the water-based stuff,
Yeah,
it
you
goes
can't
through the
really
paper.
you can't
If she
really do
so
that.
she's like, the alcohol one, it lets her work in the way that she prefers without like soaking. I was like, this is dope. And it got me hyped because she's
Okay.
doing a tactile thing.
Mhm.
B, she's nerding out the way I nerd out about jokes. Because I would have never thought about any of that shit. Like
Uh-huh.
the soak level of the liquid of the marker.
Right.
Like she said that shit, I want to hug her. I was like, hell yeah. Like, you nerding out about this shit. That's what
Okay.
I'm talking about.
Also, I just want to say here, just alcohol markers. I don't want anyone out there thinking that there are markers out here getting drunk, because that's of course I was like, alcoholic markers? Like,
Yeah, my
how
fault.
many
Yeah.
drinks you've had? Just like marking how many, and I'm like, that can't be right. That's not about art. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm in
okay.
the realm. So it's the first
Yeah,
time I
you
heard
were close.
the
No, 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 you
terminology.
were very
Yeah.
close. I mean, it came up when I typed it in. It
Real
came up.
talk.
So Google knew what I was talking about, which is part of the problem. But
Yo, real talk. They know too much.
yeah.
But straight up, we did that, and then I think I mentioned recently to you, we've been like making it a point to like show each other art and things that we enjoy.
Mhm.
There's I think I told you about liking Oneers and seeing the Oneer with them a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, so like stuff like that. Like when I see something that moves me, I show it to them, and they're doing the same. So like she went to a museum exhibit, saw some stuff that she thought was dope. And like, you know, she sent me links to it, but she also took pictures of it and showed me her picture of the paintings.
Right.
And like same with like Aiden, he was like showing me like video games that he enjoyed that are my age that I didn't play because I was into sport games.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's been cool connecting with them in a way where I see them. And like it was in person. It's not like through an app or something. So I think there's a realm where this is happening with that generation.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to come from those younger because they don't. I mean, they have the similar distractions that adults would, but they don't have the baggage that adults do.
Right.
You know, they have their own issues and concerns. I'm not to take into account all the things that children are going through. Um Many children are going through a lot for sure. But like as far as like thinking about what this looks like generationally and um that kind of stuff,
Right.
they don't have the baggage so they can maneuver through things in a way and realize that the way that they figure out how to maneuver um will kind of be the basis of how they move for the rest of their lives. And
Right.
so that is also what I'm thinking of, just like, okay, what's next? And I've been at the beginning of everything just moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. And so to take like a step back in a way is just like, what will that feel like? Will something still move forward while also taking a step back? Because that's what's interesting to me is that, I'm a generation where, um, like in high school, um, landline. You know what I mean? Like I remember when call waiting was introduced, and I was in high school. So like to go from like, oh wow, a second line
Yo.
to no one even talks on the phone anymore, but you do have a very expensive computer in your pocket. In like just all of the moves seemingly forward. Um and so what is it going to be like to like maybe have that stop? Hmm. I don't know. I don't know.
That's all. Y'all want no three-way B? Y'all are missing out.
Yeah, I don't know if I mean, no one even likes to be on the phone anymore. Um, so I mean, that's the first thing. You got to get folks yapping on the phone
It's vital.
in order to connect again. It takes me too long to text. By the time I type out a thing, issues have been like dealt with. I had an issue yesterday where I was like, "Oh, hold on, let me do, because I'm doing other stuff. Okay, yeah, let me respond." And I go to respond. There's a response. There's a resolution. All of it. And I was like, "Oh well, shit! I just sent that text that said I was gonna." Oh well,
Mhm.
I guess never mind now. You know.
It's been resolved. We good.
Oh
Oh man,
boy.
I know this has been an all over the place intro for y'all listeners. But we are in an all over place state of
All
mind
over the
right now.
place mood. The year's wrapping up and I'm just you tend to think no, maybe you don't. I Other people are probably thinking about Christmas. Um I'm not. I rarely do. You know what I mean? I kind of I'm like, I got one big thing I got to get for one person and I got to get a cat sitter for Lucinda. And though that's kind of as deep as Christmas is going for me. So I got
That's
plenty
dope.
of time when you're the kind of person who spent most of the end of the year looking at year-end lists
Right.
and thinking about what might be happening going forward and all that kind of stuff. That's just how my brain is wired, unfortunately. So I'm so sorry,
Yo.
but don't worry, I'll have this thing on my Substack by the end of the week, hopefully. Hopefully, it's a busy week for me too. I have a lot of stuff that I need to be doing at day job. So naturally, I'm sitting here wondering, what's the future? Because I don't want to deal with my immediate future, which is doing my day job. So,
Hey,
once
we
that's
live it.
done, yeah, I'm sure it'll be It'll be much better. I'll go see another movie. How about that? That's what I'll do.
Oh man. Well, we're hoping you enjoy that film. It'll be another Tarantino flick. So.
Oh no, it won't. It won't. I'm good. No. I mean, I don't even want to get into that too much, but I don't know. Kill Bill, seeing all of it together.
Yeah.
It is something of a masterpiece, a goofy ass masterpiece.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Quentin Tarantino, right? Just shut up, guy. But sadly, he still makes a good movie. And every time, almost every time I've gone into a theater to see a movie, I'm like, this is just curiosity. Who knows? It's probably not even going to be great. And I walk out and I'm like, well, damn it. He made it. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
He made a stupid good movie. And that's what Kill Bill, but it was 4.5 hours.
That's wild work.
Yeah, there's a 15-minute intermission in there, but 4.5 hours.
Yeah, no, that's a little much. The only reason I'm hoping he counts it as one movie is because of his 10 movie thing.
Oh no, yeah, but he did this. He made it. He had to cut it into 2, and then he combined it in this way back in like 2006.
Yeah,
and he just rarely kind of showed it places. So now is like the big, now he can show it in a bunch of theaters, but it doesn't count towards his 10.
Okay.
No, he's not going to be able to. I don't think he's going to be able to reach that 10, and I think that's what's going to ultimately destroy him. But I think that's partially because he worked with a woman, Sally Menke, as his editor, and she worked on all of his movies up to when she died, unfortunately, on a hike from like heat stroke or something like that. But I think she had worked on like 7 of his movies or something like that.
Okay.
7 or 8 of his movies. And they, as all of these excellent directors do, it's all about the editing, and they usually have some woman who's in there actually putting it all together the way they want. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Scorsese. Your girl Teresa's the one putting them bitches together. But whatever.
Real talk.
And so I think I think that maybe this is my crackpot theory that maybe hurt him more. And also just the pressure he's putting on himself, perhaps, to do that. And who knows? He really should do some tiny little thing and like total indie, like $5 million budget, like barely anything.
Yeah, take it back to Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, but even that was like, but I don't think he can't because he believes in his own cult of personality, I guess. I don't know. You know what? That's enough on that dude. He's talking shit about Paul Dano, and I'm like, buddy, who dislikes Paul Dano, you weirdo? Anywho, that's enough. That's Shalewa's Movie Corner.
It's a separate pod. You can catch it on the Patreon.
That's just a taste of what's going through my head.
Let's get into the news.
Yeah, let's do that.
Man hospitalized after eating 2 kilogram steak challenge at Devon restaurant. That's right. A man has been taken out of hospital in agony after he finished a 2 kilogram steak as part of Devon restaurant's food challenge. Reese Chatfield traveled 7 hours to tackle the Titanic portion of steak, chips, and onion rings at Cattleman's Steakhouse at the Parker's Arms in Paddington. This can't be America, is it?
No, it's not. It's in kilograms. You should know that this is not America. Also, Devon, I'm going to say it's British in some way. What's the paper? Devon. Yeah, this is for sure British.
I didn't think they did .coms in other places. Like I thought they did like .uk or something.
Yeah, no, they do like a .co.uk. But yeah, or it's Devon. Is that Irish? Maybe I can't remember. But I looked it up. Yeah, everything like his temperature and all that shit. 2 kilograms to pounds is 4.4 pounds.
Oh, that's insane, bro.
Yeah, he ate 4.5 pounds of red meat.
And like for reference for most people, like a serving of ground beef, chicken, meat, like that you eat in for a normal portion is 4 to 6 ounces.
Okay, so that's a
Yeah.
lot. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of
That's wild. Like a big steak is like you'll hear like, oh, I got like
Like
8 16-ounce.
Okay,
Those are like
so a quarter pounder, 4 of
yeah,
those is a pound.
exactly. Like
So 4 of those, that's 4, 8, 12, 16, and then a half, 17, 8. That's 18 quarter pounders.
straight up,
That's what my man did.
one shot.
Oh, man. You know what?
Insane
People are
work.
so stupid. Does he get a T-shirt or something? Why did he?
The 22-year-old personal trainer, who's 6'2" and weighs just 11 stones, demolished a 6,000 calorie meal in 36
6,000
minutes.
You dummy. In 36 minutes? Why?
Yo, Reese
Anyway, keep
known.
talking. Keep talking. How many stone was it? 6 stone?
He's 11 stone. That's how much he weighs.
11 stone. Okay, I think that's 11 stone in pounds is 154 pounds.
Yeah, so he a little dude. He's
Yeah,
like,
he a little dude. He's a tall and thin. A lamppost tried to eat 18 quarter pounder with cheeses. Come on, buddy.
Oh man. Reese, known online as Reese versus Food, said that despite feeling warmer than usual,
the fucking internet.
Yo, real talk.
I keep interrupting because I have thoughts. I got to shut up.
I love this. Yo, real talk. Yo, if he would have just stayed Reese, he'd be fine.
Yep, but no.
Real talk. Reese versus Food only happens online.
Mm-hmm.
He felt a little warmer than usual, and having shaky legs, he felt fine immediately after clearing his plate. But the following morning, he woke up with stomach pains and was sick, shrugged it off, and decided to tackle another hefty food challenge that night. After polishing off 2.5 kilograms of fish and chips, he went for a 40-minute walk and went back to his room when the pain properly kicked in, he said. After spending a restless night nursing his swollen and painful belly, Reese said when friends saw him shriveled up and looking pale that they carted him off to the hospital, struggling with temperatures of 39 degrees Celsius. What's that in America?
I don't know. Let me look that up. I feel like that's hot.
Yeah, it has to be.
Celsius to Fahrenheit. That's 102.2.
Yo, yeah, you dying, my G.
Oh my God.
Doctors hooked him up to
he
IV.
ate 4.5 pounds of red meat, and then the next day went back and ate what appears to be 5.5 pounds of fish and chips, which is just fried fish and French fries.
That's wild, bro.
And he's a personal trainer. Who does he train? No one. Any vegetables? Any vegetables? I at least throw a side salad on it.
On occasion, coleslaw, something. It's there.
Coleslaw.
You know what I mean? Maybe the mayo will trick you into thinking it's not a veggie. You know,
that's insane.
This is bananas.
He could have used a banana.
I'm always enthusiastic, outgoing, and boisterous. And my friends looked at me and said I was shriveled up, looked quite pale and in pain, and drove me to the hospital. Concerned doctors at A&E department ran tests and concluded the large amount of undigested food was causing the problem. No. For real? Yo, I became very dehydrated. I'd stretched my stomach to an extreme because it had so much unprocessed food in there. So it was throwing up. They confirmed there was quite a bit of unprocessed food. I was in the hospital for 4 hours. Then they were happy to let me go home. That night, I started feeling better and needed some food. So I had 38 chicken nuggets, a large portion of chips, and a large McFlurry.
You know what? Just fucking, you should just cut your whole colon out. Also, what we're missing there, he didn't just lie there for 4 hours and then they're like, you're probably good. My man drank for sure 2 bottles of, what is it, magnesium citrate or whatever it is that makes you shit.
Real talk.
And not even a stool softener. No. No, they did not give him a stool softener. They were like, we got to get this out of you fast. So that stuff was hard. And if he has a history of eating like this, it's probably just sitting on top of whatever the fuck it was that he ate before then. If he just went home and ate 38 nuggets, which how do you even get that?
Yeah,
that's so many birds. Man, fuck this dude. Fuck
That's not even,
this
yeah,
dude.
like, where is that on the menu? Like, even McDonald's is like, oh, it's just for you? Yeah, we got 4 6-piece. Oh,
Yeah.
you sharing? We got a 10.
We got a 20 for a
We got a
party.
20 for a party.
But we need to see everybody who's going to partake in it.
Real talk. Like, I know
we need 2 people to sign off on this. We were not just selling 20 nuggets to one person.
Straight up. Yo, Wendy's got a 50-piece, and I've ordered it twice, both for parties.
Yeah.
And every time I've ordered it, they ask, "Oh, what you got going on?" Like,
exactly.
they need to verify.
They
like,
absolutely. That's for legal reasons. No one's interested in your life. That's for legal reasons.
Straight up. I've ordered it 2 times, and they were like, "Oh, what you got going on?" I just found that shit like, what? Like, the first time I answered genuinely, and the second time I remember saying, "Yo, that's deja vu." Like, it like hit me weird. That like, like it felt so like his response was so quick that it felt like that's like a training thing. They're like, "Yo, somebody asks for 50 nuggets, you need to say what's going on."
Yeah,
like,
you absolutely. That's customer service. In order to suss out stuff. That's like when people greet you.
Yeah.
That's to let them know that they see you and they're going to have an eye on you to make sure you don't steal no socks. It's
real talk.
Killing them with kindness. That's what that is.
Yeah, it reminded me of like when you buy certain medicines at Target and they make you put your ID in.
Oh my God.
All right, we need to verify what this is being
exactly.
used for.
You should have to show ID if you are
50 nuggets.
You're by yourself. And you're like, a party. They're like, yeah, no, we're gonna need to see 2 forms of ID.
Real talk. Show me a flyer. Come on, my G. I always check these news articles because one of my friends from high school is a competitive eater. And
what?
Yeah, he's on YouTube. My boy Wayne. We played. He was a year younger than us. But me and his older brother used to play a lot of like poker together. But yeah, like he's a competitive eater. Like he doesn't rock with Nathan's because he's friends with the other guy that does a separate one. I forget the name of the Asian guy that like he eats more than the Nathan's champion of hot dogs.
Okay.
But he got like kicked out of the Nathan's contest because he wouldn't sign their deal.
Right. I forget that guy's name, but yes, I remember.
Like Kobayashi, I think it is. Something like that.
Sure.
But yeah.
That feels right.
Well, Wayne is cool with that dude.
Okay.
So Wayne is in that contest all the time. He's like top 5 in their joint. So like he'll like he hit me up like disappointed. He's like, yeah, I only ate like 40 hot dogs. I'm like, man, that's 15 minutes. Like that's a year of hot dogs. You understand? Like, and that's like a year of hot dogs for a dude really into hot dogs. Like I don't think I've had 40 hot dogs in the last 5 years. 40 is a lot.
No, in the last 10, I'd say the last 10 to 12. I'm sure I have not. I think I've had all the hot dogs I'm going to have. And
real talk.
And I may have topped out at like 40. I may be like lifetime. I think I'm done. Yeah. Takeru Kobayashi. He's retired now.
Yeah, I hope at some point we all do. Real talk. It's too much.
It is. Oh my gosh.
But straight up, look up my homie Wayne, 8th Wonder, Argenio. Real cool dude. Super jolly in life. But he's still out there doing competitive food challenges. I think he's a nurse by day too. So like I think this is a thing like where they're like health by day. So like they push the limit with their hobby.
Oh my gosh.
Real talk. You know, I've never asked Wayne why he does this, come to think of it. I gotta hit you. Yo, Wayne, what's up? Like why are you doing this?
Okay, I just typed in Wayne compet and Google's like, do you mean competitive eater Wayne? And I'm like, I think I do. And yeah, here's his YouTube account.
Yo, he gets busy.
Yeah. Algenio?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a YouTube account.
Real talk. He does his thing. Like this has been like his fun hobby for like over a decade. But yeah, like he takes it serious and he's like consistently in like the top 5 or 10 or whatever major eating event there is. So whenever news like this comes up, I always look at it like at a concern to make sure my boy Wayne good. You know what I mean? Make sure they ain't trying to take him out.
Oh my God. This is
Wayne. Stay safe out there, homie.
Yeah, I feel like you're probably doing it smarter than this guy.
Real talk, Wayne.
This guy's about to lose his large intestines. He really is. He's about to, for real, they're going to have to cut that out of him.
Yeah, yo. I know he was telling me that like part of like the training is like they got to like increase their stomach size.
Right.
So it has to stretch, but they can't do like burgers or pizza every day. So like to stay like within a healthy weight, like he'll like bulk eat like certain vegetables or fruits because they're lower in calories.
Okay.
You know, but so he's like, people don't realize the struggle, you know, because you eating something you don't really like in bulk most of the time.
Right. Yeah.
In order to be able to eat this thing that people enjoy, and then I can't enjoy it that day because I'm not eating it for enjoyment. I'm eating it to eat
honestly, it sounds like a very sad life.
Real talk.
Food-wise, it sounds very sad because it's not like you're savoring all these hot dogs. You're just literally dipping them in water and shoving them down your throat. Oh.
It's a choice. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? I'm glad he's happy and doing it safely. This dude, this British guy, well, goodbye to your colon and so forth and so on.
Oh man. In other news, Netflix to buy Warner Brothers.
Okay, that's so funny that we started with competitive eating and now we're at Netflix and Warner Brothers. It seems like that honestly should have been the thing I brought up top, right? But sorry, crisis first. Okay, before we even talk about this, I want to make sure I bring up well, no, you go ahead and read whatever this article is, and then I'm going to try and find the stuff about Paramount and the sale. So
Netflix has agreed to buy film and streaming business of Warner Brothers Discovery for $72 billion in a major Hollywood deal. The streaming giant emerged as a successful bidder for Warner Brothers ahead of rivals Comcast and Paramount after a drawn-out battle. Warner Brothers owns franchises including Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and the streaming service HBO Max. The takeover is set to create a new giant in the entertainment industry, but the deal will still have to be approved by competition authorities. Some in the film industry, including the Writers Guild of America, have criticized the deal, saying it would negatively impact workers and consumers.
Okay. So, here are, some of the concerns. One, it's just so wild that Warner Brothers has just been a studio for so long. And I'm sure back in the 40s and 50s, there have been many studios that seem like they'd last forever and they've, disappeared and been wrapped up in other things and whatever. So I have to think of like, okay, this has been going on for as long as there's been a studio system, right?
Right.
There's that. But one thing that is different is they movies like in a movie theater.
Right.
And not so much with the guy from Netflix. Ted, whatever his name is, has been on record as saying just like, he wants to put it on the American people that, they really want their movies right in their home. So we don't really do theatrical shit. Now that they want some awards and accolades, they realize they're going to have to start putting movies in theaters for at least enough to qualify, right?
Right.
So what's that going to mean for Warner Brothers movies, which I think of the studios might have still been, of the traditional studios that we've known about, I think might have still been like faster than the other ones when it came to in theater and then in your home.
Right.
Because, I remember when like they were like, okay, Barbie's available on HBO. And people were like, Barbie is still making money. Like, I feel like Barbie you could let it rock.
Yeah.
And it would still make you money and you're shooting yourself in the foot. And they're like, people want it in their homes, but people were still dressing up in pink and going out to see it.
Yeah.
So HBO already was kind of like, or Warner Brothers anyway, was already like, yeah, all right, we'll give it a month or so and then we'll put it on you know, we'll put it on our streaming thing. We'll put it on HBO. But like, so now what is that going to mean for movies that are made by Warner Brothers? Like, if Netflix is in charge, you know, like, will they at least have some sort of chance at being in the theater for, you know, a while? Because
Yeah.
like Netflix, they give them like a week. They give them, because that's all you got to give them. They give them the smallest amount of time in the theater possible.
Real
Warner
talk.
Brothers
6
will,
days? Yeah, let's
yeah,
go.
Warner Brothers will let it rock for a minute. So like, is Netflix, like, are people like, will Warner Brothers have these big blockbuster things coming, and then Netflix is like, all right, we'll give them like 5 days,
Real talk,
and then we
yo.
got to put it on the, you know what I mean? Like, what is that going to look like? Also,
Shalewa and I went to go see Jay Kelly, and like we saw the Netflix dudes in the back with like a counter, like 17
yeah.
people. They in, right? That
Right.
counts.
All right. That's it.
Wrap it up.
We don't even need to show the whole thing. You can catch the rest on Netflix in 2 weeks. I'm like,
Real
God,
shit.
God damn.
They handed us the credits on the way out. Like, here, just read that shit.
Get out of here. Tell the others. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then also with the HBO part of it, I'm hoping that they keep them separate,
Yeah.
you know, but if for some reason they try to make it where HBO was like a choice on Netflix, you know,
Right.
how Netflix don't do well with a weekly like show.
Nah, they've tried it.
They've tried.
It's not the same vibe.
It's
The
not.
closest they've come is like Stranger Things now, kind of doing like and shows like this have done like they've split up the season into like 2 or 3 drops within reason of each other. So
Yeah, and that is ridiculous because it's still taking them. This is season 5 of Stranger Things.
Yeah, I believe so.
That they're breaking it into 3 different chunks.
Mm-hmm.
And this is year 10 of them making Stranger Things.
Real talk, yo. Them kids
It took
is
them
my
10
age.
years to do 5 seasons. Y'all don't know how to do television. And the reason that HBO was good at it is because initially they were cable, they were TV, they were beholden, and that's how you know that you can go every day, you know, HBO has Sunday on lock.
Yeah.
So they always have a Sunday show that people are like, I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
And what Netflix can't do that. And so
Yo.
what is that going to look like? I hope they keep that separate. And then on another note, what is this going to be? I saw someone say, like, you know, Netflix, they never have a movie older than 1978 on there. You know what I mean? Like, they never have any old movies on there. And they are going to get TCM, which is Turner Classic Movies. And there are all these classic, like, Warner Brothers films. And it's like, what? I worry that they're going to pull like a Disney Vault thing where they're going to lock all those away. And then they're going to say, hey, for this month, you can watch this on Netflix and maybe even make you pay extra. And then they'll lock it away in the vault again, the way Disney locks all their movies in the vault. And then you have like 2 months to buy The Little Mermaid if you want. And then they lock it up again or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Real talk.
Anywho,
and we didn't even get into the work. Like Netflix is notorious for having some of the smaller writer rooms.
Yeah, that's why it takes them 10 years to do 5 seasons, and then the seasons are only 10 shows? What are you talking about? Why is it taking so?
Real talk. You got 3 stressed out writers in there.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, this used to be for 10 people. Not no more. Make that shit work.
It's a mess. So, what I wanted to talk about with this was Netflix was, you know, trying hard to buy them, but so was Skydance, I guess, who bought Paramount Plus.
Right.
Recently. And who's that family? Larry Ellis, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, they bought Paramount, which is also Viacom, which is CBS, which is all kinds of stuff. And they're kind of conservative, so they have like a conservative bent. They're the ones that they needed that sale to go through. So CBS was like, okay, we'll cancel Colbert. Okay, we'll take Barry Weiss as the new head of news, even though she's possibly insane. You know, allegedly. like, they really wanted Netflix. Or no, they really wanted HBO, Warner Brothers, Discovery, all of that shit. They wanted that because and I think the scuttlebutt is Trump wanted them to get that because that's where CNN is. And
Oh.
that would be a way, since they were trying to impress Trump in order to get the okay to do this, and they already did it with CBS. That would be a way for Trump to be like, well, I guess we got to remake CNN in
Yo.
my image the way I want. And just a bit, you see what I mean? Just real sneaky squirrel shit. I'm deep in these conspiracy theory
Yo.
tweets. So, but, and I'm trying to find this tweet that like showed how they had a discussion. Ellison had a discussion with the Netflix guy, and has sent him a bunch of text messages of just like, "Hey, bruh," because the Netflix guy kind of ghosted him before they announced, or no, the HBO guy ghosted him before they announced that Netflix was buying them, and so he'd been texting. The Paramount had been texting. I'm just going to use literally the channel names. Paramount had been texting Warner Brothers, and just like, hey, come on, baby, I could do this for you. Come on. Even though the money, I think the backers were all just like, it was all Saudi money.
Mm.
And so yeah, so the HBO guy was just like, and just didn't answer the text. And then hours later, it was like, Netflix is the owner. And, and so I just like picturing them as people just like, what? Why? So.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is, I like this conspiracy theory.
Yeah, that's so
mainly
many.
because it didn't work in Trump's favor. I think that's dope.
Right. I mean, does any of that? He's still gonna fucking.
He don't do what he do.
Yeah.
I also like the rabbit hole to send me down. Just found out we this whole time we met Larry Ellison. Larry Ellis is one of two really dope black folk apparently. One of them was famous track and field guy who's coached in Jamaican Queens.
That's funny. All right, Larry Ellison. I couldn't remember because I was trying to remember Larry, or I think Ralph is the daddy. The last name is Ellison either way. So
yeah, real sitcom names, by the way. Like
yeah.
Like that.
Oh, here we go. Or Dave. Wait, hold on. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav ghosted David Ellison. Not even Larry. So I'm wrong all over the place.
Now Larry's his dad though.
Larry's the dad. So then who is Ralph? I'm wrong all over the place. Anywho. Yeah, ghosted him just hours before the news broke that Netflix was buying it. There was a text that Ellison sent to Zaslav that was like, just tried calling you about the new bid we've submitted. We've heard you on all your concerns and we have addressed them in our new proposal. Please give me a call back. And then another text, I haven't heard anything all day. Whoops. David, I appreciate you're underwater, so I wanted to send you a quick text. Please note, when you next meet as a board, we want to offer you a package that addressed all the issues you discussed. We did not include our best and final bid. Also, it would be an honor of a lifetime to be your partner and to be the owner of these iconic assets. If we have the privilege to work together, you'll see my father and I are the people that you had dinner with. We are always loyal and honorable to our partners. I feel like you're not. No one is. Everyone here is just, everybody has a knife in their back and a knife in their hand.
Real talk.
So like, what are you talking about? Anywho, and then a couple hours later, it was just like, we're gonna go with Netflix. So that kind of tickled me, and I think maybe they're finally giving up. Like, I guess it is going to Netflix. It's been a real day.
Yo, do you think it would be real dope if Netflix made a documentary about this?
Yeah, but it would be shitty because they make documentaries too fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I would want an outside party, because that's what's fucking up the documentary game right now. There are too many documentaries being executive produced by the subject of the documentary.
Now,
So
that's fair.
you're not going to get any dirt because they're in charge and they're not going to put dirt on themselves out. So
Nah, that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
it's got to be an independent source. Somebody, I don't know, someone who let's see what Roku does with it.
If you would like,
if you would like a Tubi,
the War Report Tubi produced special documentary on the acquirement of things that we can't afford.
Not at all.
Real talk. We are not in this world at all.
I can't own it. I don't even know if I have the streaming service, honestly.
Real talk. I got one of these accounts.
Yes, right.
All you gotta do is subscribe to the show, baby. If you're an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You realize we are not qualified. You're right. I ain't gonna front. You are correct. 5 stars, based on the earlier convo. You know that doesn't change the fact that we still gonna talk about it, but we're just gonna talk to other people instead of to the world. So it's gonna be a real niche documentary.
Yeah, you're gonna have to catch me in a green room or at a bar. That's a lot of times, a lot of my thoughts, I'm like, I want to tell y'all, but I'd rather tell you in person so it's not stuck in the internet. So catch me in the street and I'll tell you my opinion on yada da blah blah.
That's right. So it'll be less of a documentary, more of a zine. You know what I mean?
More of a zine, which is really where I shine. Yes, we are much more zine oriented here.
Real talk. Self-published, 1 page folded into 16 pages.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I know how to staple them. I'm real good at it. I'm very good at doing zines.
If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs this week to Jonathan, Lindsay, Oberster, and Lori McDaniel. Always appreciate y'all. With all that said, I am the accepting that he will never have a special on Paramount, Netflix, HBO, and so on and so forth.
Right.
Gastor Almonte with the Oracle of No Socials. Catch her next Substack in 2027.
Right. I mean, I'm on the socials. I just ain't saying shit. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe we all should just be lurking.
Real talk. This has been a Lurkers episode of the War Report. Real talk. Catch y'all next time. Peace. Don't say nothing.